Hello everyone and welcome back to another Fat for Weight Loss recipe video. In today's video, I'm showing you how to make cheesecake fat bombs. And you're like, what are fat bombs? Well, fat bombs are really useful on the ketogenic diet when you want something that's sweet, but you don't want to spend too long in the kitchen. Fat bombs are usually made by mixing a couple of different ingredients together and then either putting them in the fridge or the freezer to set, and then they become what are called fat bombs. They are little bombs full of fat, full of healthy fats that are suitable for the ketogenic diet, and that will help you either increase your calories if that's necessary, or have a sweet treat without going too crazy or without trying to make something really complicated in the kitchen. So let's get started. So at the end of these videos, I like adding some tips and tricks towards the end so that you know when you're actually going into the kitchen to make these recipes that you've got everything, you know how to do it, you've seen me do it, and then all you have to do is just execute it. So it's really easy. I find it really helpful for those people who just love cooking in the kitchen, but want to know and see how it's done first. The first tip is what are the other flavors that I can try? So this is a vanilla cheesecake type version with a chocolate type base. That's the base recipe. You can add anything to that. If you want to add blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, you can definitely do that. And what I recommend is that, and this is on the actual recipe on my website as well, what I tend to do is put one particular berry in the base and then one berry in the top. You might have strawberries in the bottom, and then you might have blueberries on top. It gives a really nice contrast between the two, and you don't just have a mix of berries all through the actual fat bomb. So that's a really good way to change out the flavors on those fat bombs. But I do get another question: can these be made dairy-free? So the idea of these cheesecake fat bombs is that they're sort of replicating a cheesecake. Now, whilst cheesecake is cheese and dairy, you definitely can substitute the ingredients in this recipe for coconut alternatives, but the whole idea of this recipe is sort of moving away from coconut. So if you do want to try coconut cream, just the white fat only of the coconut cream, so if you put the coconut cream in the fridge, turn it upside down, and then when you open it, maybe the next day, you open it from the top, all the white fat will be at the top and all the liquid sort of drains to the bottom once you've flipped it back around. So that's what I find really helpful. But outside of that, there's no real way to turn these dairy free so much. If you have a really good idea on how to turn these dairy free, leave them in the comments below, because I'm sure other people will have that same question as well. And the last question is, what sort of molds can I use to put these cheesecake fat bombs in? And the best ones I find is silicone, because what happens with ice cube molds or ones that are really rigid is that it's quite hard to get the actual fat bomb out. And so with silicone, it's really easy because the mold is flexible, and so you can just pop them out literally by pushing them the other way that you've put them in. So silicone works best for that. If you have another suggestion, then definitely leave it in the comments below. I find that silicone works best for me, but if you have something that you find really suitable, then definitely put it in the comments below so that other people also have that information as well. So again, my name is Aaron. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you love videos like this, I make keto desserts and keto bread easy. So if you love that and if you love following along with that, then definitely hit subscribe to the channel. But again, my name is Aaron. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week.